always honor the bravery and selflessness and sacrifices of the Americans who served, including my son, Major Beau Biden, who was stationed in Iraq.
It's been almost a year to the day since President Biden last year said that no serious economist thought that we would enter a period of unchecked inflation. We were at 5.4% then. We're at 9.1% as of this week. How did the White House get this so wrong?
Well, that actually was the dominant forecast at the time, and we were very much citing forecasts across the board, including those of the Federal Reserve. And I think there are a number of issues. One is that there were some unforeseen things that occurred. Ukraine and Russia are both bread baskets and energy baskets for the world, and those have put considerable upward pressure on price.
Did he actually deliver anything on the road to that from this very controversial meeting?
So we saw Saudi Arabia say that it would increase its capacity for oil production, and I'd refer you to them for more information there. But
where are the Democrat senators? They're not here, and I want to thank our friends from the media who are here, and let me encourage you. The American people need to know what's happening. You know why Joe Biden doesn't come to the Rio Grande Valley? Because he knows if he comes, the TV cameras will follow. And we could stop this if we went back to the policies just a couple of years ago that were working, that had produced the lowest illegal immigration in 45 years. We know how to stop this, but it's a political decision to allow this suffering, and enough is enough is enough.
But after promising during the 2020 presidential campaign to make Saudi Arabia a pariah, the president traded tough talk for fist bumps, urging the oil-rich nation to boost production amid rising pressure to combat sky-high inflation and soaring gas prices. The Saudis made no such guarantee during the trip.
Well, let's talk about swinging for the fences when it comes to a good baseball metaphor, so seasonally correct there, on clean energy. Because that's precisely what this president intends to do. He recognizes the urgency of taking action against climate change and building up our clean energy industries, which are so important for good American jobs going forward. And if there's no legislative path forward, then he will take the executive order and rule change path. Now, I shouldn't say he will take. I should really say he's already taken. So this president has tackled aggressively climate change measures already.
The Biden White House has time to write speeches at something called a Latinx conference. I don't know what that is, where they very kindly called Latinos tacos. Well, Marco and I both appreciate being called tacos. Thing to remember about that speech, that wasn't a gaffe. That wasn't Joe Biden going off script. Some White House operative sat down and typed into the teleprompter, "This is a good idea to call Hispanics."
But we can't get those things on our own. Raul helped build this organization with the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio, is your strength.
We have brand new Fox News polling on this. 70% of people out there that we polled this week said your family has had to cut back to afford necessities. And we also asked them to look forward because we know these numbers that we just got reflect backward. So looking forward, we're also asking them, have they had a financial hardship over the last 6 months, 75%, and where they think that this is going. They also have a negative impression of where we'll be a year from now. So what exactly are you doing?
So that's a great question. And I think the key word in there is affordability. OK, economists like to talk about inflation. For real people, what that means is what they're paying at the pump, what they're paying in their everyday lives, and their household budgets. This was a kitchen table issue for President Biden as he grew up. And that's why he has dispatched us to do everything we can to help.
Brooks Jenkins waited more than a week to shake up the staff in her office. That includes bringing in people who were fired by former DA Chesa Boudin. She's also purging many of the people Boudin hired when he took office 2 years ago.
San Francisco District Attorney Brooke Jenkins hired 4 women of color Friday to her top management team. Jenkins was sworn in 1 week ago after being appointed by Mayor London Breed. She took over after voters ousted Boudin in a recall election last month. Jenkins has pledged to take the office in a new direction, that Jenkins has fired more than a dozen attorneys in the office.
The purge allows the new DA to bring her people in that have the right mental attitude toward prosecuting